Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in here, ladies and gentlemen. What a pay-per-view we had last week, ladies and gentlemen. And we got some new champions, all that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get ready for this Sunday show, ladies and gentlemen. To the intro.
We may be surrounded, but God is on our side, and we will not surrender. No, we will never die. You can mock our God all that you want, but one day you will bow. So wake your sleeping giant. We've got the stones that'll bring up.
Battle lines are drawn, and the war has just begun. But we don't sweat the outcome, 'cause we've already won. You come at us with swords and spears, but that won't be enough. So run your mouth, ready your men, 'cause the Lord's gonna call your bluff. We may be surrounded, but God is on our side, and we will not surrender. No, we will never die. You can mock our God all that you want, but one day you will bow. So wake your sleeping giants. We've got the stones that'll bring them down. You can try to knock us down, you can try to take us out, but when the fight's been concluded, yeah, there will be no doubt. Our God's already won the war, yeah, this fight's already through. So run your mouth, ready your men, 'cause your end is coming soon. We may be surrounded, but God is on our side, and we will not surrender. No, we will never die. You can mock our God all that you want, but one day you will bow. So wake your sleeping giants. We've got the stones that'll bring them. We see you shaking when you hear us shout. You should be scared, 'cause our God's gonna take you out. Fire in our eyes and praises from our mouths. So say your prayers, 'cause your end is starting now.
We may be surrounded, but God is on our side, and we will not surrender. No, we will never die.
You can mock our God all that you want, but one day you will bow. So wake your sleeping giants as we stand united. We may be surrounded, but God is.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got to talk about Spring Stampede, ladies and gentlemen. A lot happened at that pay-per-view. I hope you saw the pay-per-view. If not, ladies and gentlemen, check out our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. The Fight channel description below. Here on our Twitch channel here, ladies and gentlemen. Or if you're watching here on the YouTube channel later on, ladies and gentlemen, go back to the series and check out them shows, ladies and gentlemen. But, ladies and gentlemen, we supposed to have footage of Pierce taking Isaiah Omega and challenge for the title. Okay, we could not get that footage cleared up yet, but we hopefully get that footage cleared up for our Wednesday night Thunder show, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in for that. That should be the first part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. But why is Pierce want to go against Kenny Omega when he's the number one contender at Starrcade? That he could go for the World Championship. We need to talk to Pierce. Why not go for the World Championship? You're here to win the top prize. Or is he afraid of the new champion, Butcher Myers? Yeah, Butcher Myers is the new world champion, ladies and gentlemen. But also, leading up to Starrcade, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be what? April. Gotta look it up. 10th, 11th, and 12th, exclusively on our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Because that is my birthday weekend. That's right. I'll be out of town that weekend anyways. But it would be on there, ladies and gentlemen, exclusively on our YouTube channel. Check that out. And also, the 8th is my birthday. That show would be going on to, ladies and gentlemen, right before we get to Starrcade. But why ain't he going for the world title? But leading up to Starrcade, we're doing something different for the tag team, ladies and gentlemen. Every week, who is the winner in the men or the women tag team matches here? We'll move on to the next one, ladies and gentlemen, and face a new competitor. All the way up to up to Easter weekend, ladies and gentlemen, to find out who will be the number one contender for them tag team titles. It's up to the tag team when they want to enter in that week. We're going to do it on Sunday for the men like we are doing here tonight. We got the BB Bros versus the Shield. And the women will be on Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in for that. Got some great matches on Wednesday night, so everybody enjoy on Wednesday Night Thunder. I mean, we don't got so much time left to use WWE 2K25 before the 26 come out, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, it comes out this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Early access, you pre-order it, or on the 13th. And we be taking it here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Will Alpha just joined here. I thought he'd be getting ready for his... Will, why ain't you getting ready for your, You getting ready for your title shot. It's the main event. Or you want to sit here and relax a little bit before you get ready for your match. Oh, I want to know. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do have tag team action here, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the BB Bros in the Shield here, ladies and gentlemen. He will go on next week and face the next challenger, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to tag teams when they want to join. But on Easter weekend, ladies and gentlemen, Easter Sunday, we will find out who the number one contenders for them tag team titles, ladies and gentlemen. Every week, the winner of this week will face a new challenger next week. Same with the women on Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're doing it here. But, yeah. They get ready for the ring here, ladies and gentlemen, for these matchups. Ladies and gentlemen, come to the ring first. They are the BB Bros. He is our YouTube champion, Brennenom. And Brody Daniels. Oh, I know why Will Alpha's sitting here. He's watching a YouTube champion here. Oh my God, that's what he's doing here. Is that right, Will? He's sitting here and watch this man using some energy before he faced you here tonight? All right.
Keep it going 'cause I got it. It's 30.
And coming to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, they are former tag team champions here, the Shield of Dylan and Kobe. Shield, ladies and gentlemen. What? What now? Will? You got a new signing and he is a very hyperactive stoner. And before his match, he take a little puff and he knows how to control himself before his matches. Okay there, Will. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We got Brennenom starting here. Beautiful DDT float over there on Cody. Shield here, wow. Okay. Take a little. And get ready for the match, man. Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's legal or not. Take a little of the wacky weed there before you match there. Okay. And here is dang on Dylan Shield, ladies and gentlemen. They are going right after the YouTube champion, but there is Brennenom here, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, we got 5 more matches, oh wow, 4 more matches before we get to that YouTube Championship here. YouTube Championship will be the main event here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I understand you're here scouting out your opponent here there, Will Alpha. I forgot that you had a YouTube Championship against Brennenom here tonight. So does it happen at the pay-per-view, but you change your mind? You want to face Chase Ram that you lost to at the pay-per-view. Do you think you're ready enough to face the YouTube champion here tonight? Look at the neck. Man, he's going right after Brody Daniels here. Dylan Shield. Look at the kick to the face there. Wow. Uh-oh. What Dylan Shield thing here, ladies and gentlemen? Brody's in the target zone. Got caught there. Wow. Oh, my God. What a way to start off the show here, ladies and gentlemen. And there's a tag here, ladies and gentlemen. And a stomp there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, so sweet that Brandon Alpha just showed me and Will Alpha a picture of his baby born this last week. Congratulations there, Brandon Alpha. Congratulations to him and his wife having a baby, ladies and gentlemen. But he's still an asshole, egotistic maniac. Back and forth they go here, ladies and gentlemen. In this matchup, the crowd on their feet here at Nitro. Look at the blood coming from dang on Dylan Shield. In a vicious. Oh, Brody Daniels got bust open there. Beautiful. Missed that moonsault, Cody. Cody the King missed that moonsault there. Wow. And, oh, what a shoulder breaker by Cody King tagging Dylan. Oh, what did you think here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, what a clock to the back of the head. Wow. And going for that pin, ladies and gentlemen. And a save by Brennenom there. Wow. Brad just told me I might be that, but this baby showed me the light and how to be a better for myself as a dad. Congratulations there, Brandon Apple. Why you do this, Brandon Apple? Just super kick Will Apple and look down. Oh my God, what an asshole he is, ladies and gentlemen. He just, oh my God. Can we get some medics here to take Will Alpha to the get checked out, ladies and gentlemen, after he got super kicked by Brandon Alpha? Really? Oh my God. Oh. And oh, what a slam on the outside to Brennenom, ladies and gentlemen. I guess Brandon Alpha super kicked Will Alpha. Will Alpha might be in the same condition as Brennenom here getting beat up here. Just saying. Oh, Brandon just said that was for a sucker punch me 2 weeks ago, and that was for the mystery guy. He didn't even qualify. And there's a cutter there, ladies and gentlemen, by Cody there on Brennenom, going for that pin. A one. Kick out, ladies and gentlemen, saved by me. I guess Brandon Alpha's still mad because he lost the title to a guy that never qualified for the lockdown match, ladies and gentlemen. Brennenom almost had a pin on the Shield. Cody Shield at that, ladies and gentlemen. Got him up. Oh, that could be it. He might be seeing stars, stars, and stars. A kick out at 2. So close, but yet so far away. You go, crowd. Tell us about the tag team wrestling. Back and forth they go here, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth they go here, ladies and gentlemen. And a beautiful super kick here, ladies and gentlemen. And a beautiful kick there by Dylan Shield. Look at the blood flowing from his head here. Wow. I'm wondering. Yeah, I know you got a new contract you signed for season 7. What that's all about, Brandon Alpha. Oh, what a neck breaker here, ladies and gentlemen. And a kick out there, ladies and gentlemen, by Dylan Shield. Well, Brandon Alpha, if you're still here, why don't you tell me when the Death Squad is going to get into this little tournament? Are they going to wait till the end and get in, or what? I want to know. Because he said that the Death Squad here to take titles. Well, you guys only took one title. And that didn't last long. Brandon Alpha. They do have a 10 count back at the ring. Oh. 8. And there is both of them got in that 8 count, ladies and gentlemen. Over the top. Oh, bust open. Brody. Daniels there. My God, what a brutal match this is. What a leg whip. Let me see that fine print there. Oh. God, I got his contract here, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's fine print. See, this contract I signed. Okay. I get a rematch for any title I lost, and I am cashing that in at Stampede. I'm making a triple threat match. Oh, they're going to be you versus Butcher versus the #1 contender that won it at the January pay-per-view. Okay. And a save there by Dylan Shield there. Wow, what a main event that will be at Starrcade Night 3. Wow. Exclusively on our YouTube channel. And that will be our last time using WWE 2K25 too, ladies and gentlemen. But we will be starting next week. I'm taking new wrestlers for after Starrcade. Triple threat at Painless Arcade. I don't know why he said I'm cashing that in at Stampede. They're branding out. Stampede was last table. You're going to Starrcade, man. The biggest show of world-class wrestling. It used to be called the show. Now it's called Starrcade. And what a save there, ladies and gentlemen. By Cody there. And a kick out here, ladies and gentlemen. The YouTube champion just kicked out here. Wow. What? Oh, look at the blood coming from Brennenom. Is he going to be in shape? The face Will Allen. Is Will Allen going to be in shape? I think he just got super kicked by Brandon Allen and taken to the medical area. Oh, he's calling his shot, ladies and gentlemen. Ew, what a leg drop. Wow, that could be it. If not, there's Brennenom to save it. Not even on one count. Wow, what a way to start off the show here, ladies and gentlemen. What a elongated match here. Look at the blood coming from these men's face, ladies and gentlemen. What a war this is. My God, they still not done beating the living mess out of each other. My God. Oh, he's starting to feel it, ladies and gentlemen. He's starting to feel it here. Oh, kick to the midsection. What is Brody Daniel thinking here, ladies and gentlemen? Whoop into the corner there, ladies and gentlemen. There's a tag team action here by the BB Bros here. Roll through. Drop kick, ladies and gentlemen, by our YouTube champion here. And what now, Brandon, what do you have to say? What, you still rock after Butcher Meyer beat you? Did that spike to me, and next I see that big of a man, I'm going to beat him down and make sure I soften him up. Wow, you going to soften him up before Starrcade, really? Okay. And there's, one, two, pin kick out here, ladies and gentlemen. Vicious punch there by Cody's shield there. Crowd on the feet for this YouTube Championship Eliminator match. See who'd be the #1 contender for them tag team titles. Oh, wait, oh, hey champ, how you doing? You looking at the guy you beat for that title? Oh, okay. Oh, the referee got knocked down here, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, got distracted there. Cody Shields can do anything he wants. The referee is knocked down here. And, oh, what a catch by Brody Daniel slam. We're like Butcher Myers not too happy of what he overheard on coming down the hall by Brandon Albert yelling at me about. Going for the pin, ladies and gentlemen. And saved by Dylan Shielder, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Look like Brandon Alpha getting ready to leave, ladies and gentlemen. He looked at Butcher and said, you know, I have better things to do than waste my breath on a rookie like you. Ooh. Yeah, but that rookie took that title from you there, Brandon Alpha. See ya. Man, Brennenom don't look too good. Our YouTube champion here. And an elbow back there, ladies and gentlemen. Going for that pin. And saved by Brody Daniel. He missed a cutter on Brody Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God Brandon just left, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I want to see a fight between these two men in this small little area we're in here. Just saying. I mean, yeah, he had a baby. Him and his wife had a baby. Congratulations on that. But, so he's still an asshole. Whip into the corner here, ladies and gentlemen. Butcher might just yelled at Brandon while he was leaving. Know what I thought? All talk, no action. In the winner, ladies and gentlemen, are the Shield here. Wow. He will face the Shield next week, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the former tag team champion beating the other former tag team champion. Then move on to next week. Fight, ladies and gentlemen. Now I want to know who will the Shield face next week.
I throw the pain she felt on me on my mind. Never show her my heart, I never thought you'd blame. This shit gon' tear you to pieces, it's hard to explain. You was broke on the inside, lately ain't been right, fading. Guess you need me to get by, baby. Need me to get by, baby. Need me to get by. Spend a lot of days, lot of nights, lot more coming, I don't count 'em. Keep it going cause I got her. It's 30 days in a month, 30 more, I ain't out of any steam on my body. Like 20 drinks that'll call me over. I feel it more when I'm drunk than sober. I feel it more when my back on the wall. I face the fact that this make me alone. They wanna call me crazy, hope it's played me, count me out when they don't know me lately.
And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Shield.
Fall asleep with just a TV. Fall asleep with just a TV.
Out my veins like I bleed. Drop that bass on the beat for a minute. When I spit these words to the beat, no limit. I don't make no sense, I don't need no gimmick. I'ma say what I think, be real specific, and I'm master the chase. I'ma pass on the race. You could ask me the way I attack every day. I adapt and I change, never cap, and I say what I mean. I would think, and you know I'm here to stay like, keep my head up, shit gets harder and I get fatter. But that don't get me nowhere, that gets you to give up. So I stay strong and do my thing, I never let up. If I get knocked down, best believe that I'ma get up. And this world's fucking crazy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a great match, ladies and gentlemen. Who will face the Shield next week? Then move on in this tag team tournament, ladies and gentlemen. We'll find out next week, ladies and gentlemen. But, ladies and gentlemen, you know, Starcade, that Sub-Zero had a 5-minute challenge to beat Dylan Wolf. He beat Dylan Wolf, but it was over the 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. But Deb and Mike came out, ladies and gentlemen, and stared him down. And this is where we're at tonight, ladies and gentlemen. These two men be facing each other here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting something in the backstage, but this really don't make no sense what somebody telling me in my ear. Brandon Alpha just went back and looked for his Death Squad member and see they were oh, I understand that what he tell me in my ears, and see they are getting beaten down by the Death Squad members and Chris Douglas. Oh, the Death Squad member, are they beating down the Fallen? My God. What's going on between the Fallen and the Death Squad members? Been told that the Fallen do want to go get in this tournament, but now the Death Squad members are beating them up in the back here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, we do have some action going on in the ring here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to that now. And come to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. He's a fan favorite here in World Class Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. He's a legendary wrestler. He's known as Sub-Zero. After thinking back, ladies and gentlemen, I understand why Death Squad member and Chris Douglas are beating up the Fallen, ladies and gentlemen. Because Death Squad members and the Fallen were in the triple threat, and they could not beat the tag team champion, the Dark Sinisters. Just saying. And come to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, his challenger here tonight, Deb and Mike.
I'm alright, yeah. Living in the shadows in the night, yeah. Always searching, looking for the light, yeah. Anything to understand this life, yeah. Need someone who could hold me down, yeah, yeah. Feel buried in the ground, yeah, yeah. If I could just be found, yeah, yeah. I don't know why I'm down, yeah, yeah. And I've been feeling spiteful. Everything is coming in denial. Put me on trial. Waves of emotion like a tidal. I see it when I feel it now, yeah, yeah. I feel my heart, it pounds, yeah, yeah. Vibrations from the sounds, yeah, yeah.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, both men are ready to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh God, ladies and gentlemen, we got some craziness stuff going on in the back here, ladies and gentlemen. We got this great match here with Sub-Zero and Devin Mike, ladies and gentlemen. I keep you up what's going on in the back there, ladies and gentlemen. The Fallen and Chris Douglas look at Brandon Alpha, and Brandon runs and Butcher Meyer just chokeslam Brandon Alpha through the catering table. Oh my God. Remember all the money we spend in catering there. I get Sub-Zero feeling it here, ladies and gentlemen, against Devin Mike here. I think Sub-Zero might found his second win. I've always been saying that he needed to retire, you know. Just saying. Beautiful springboard. Oh my God. Her Corona there. Another springboard, 450. Gonna kick out that one, ladies and gentlemen. And Sub-Zero getting a little frustrated here. But this is Devin Mike we're talking about. He was up high and dry by his mentor. Former tag team champion Devin Mike was with Aiden Storm. And Aiden Storm just left him because they lost the tag team titles a while back. But what Devin Mike thinking here, ladies and gentlemen? He got him in the drop zone here. Turn around here. Beautiful flying body press. What do you got planned here, ladies and gentlemen? What kind of springboard is this? Springboard! Womp, 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 womp. Totally fell. Totally fell. What a slam, ladies and gentlemen. By day on Sub-Zero 1, 2. And there's your winner here, ladies and gentlemen. Sub-Zero. Uh-oh. And there is Dylan Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. What a stare down we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had a stare down of Sub-Zero and Dylan Wolf at the end, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what is going on between them? Are we going to see a rematch between them, ladies and gentlemen? Tune in next week on that one. And I just been told next week, ladies and gentlemen, the main event, whoever wins the U2 Championship will be facing Chris Douglas here. And don't forget, we got the Shield versus some tag team action next Sunday. Okay. But ladies and gentlemen, we got some women actually coming here finally. Get to our third match of the evening, halfway through the show here. Wow, two powerhouse here, ladies and gentlemen. Brookie Danger and Blair Heck in this one. Wow. Chris Douglas said he want to face the U2 champion. It could be Brennenom or Will Alpha. We'll find out in the co-main event that's coming later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But now, head to the ring for this matchup. And come to the ring first. He's our Intercontinental Champion, Brooke Danger. Ladies and gentlemen, I just been told by Chris Douglas. He's hoping that Brandon Apple will win the title here tonight. Because he said, I always think me and my dad can put on a great match. You know, will you be here to watch the match with me there, Chris Douglas? For that co-main event? You're invited to, you know. If you don't bring no craziness up in here, you know.
To
in her challenger. This is a big chance for Blair, heck, here, ladies and gentlemen, to show people that she can be a contender for this championship. Just saying. No music for Blair. Heck, I guess she didn't want to. But look at dang on Blair. Brooke Dane said, "Come on, bring it, girl, bring it." Didn't I say Will Alpha there, Chris Douglas? He's your dad, not that punk ass Brandon Alpha. I might have played that back to see if I did say that. If I did mistakenly mix up the name, I'm sorry about that, Chris Douglas. Just sorry about that. Blair, heck, is taking charge in his matchup against the IC champion here. Wow. Back in the ring, Boogie Danger here, ladies and gentlemen. Back and forth they go here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. A whip, ladies and gentlemen. And snake eyes, ladies and gentlemen. What a snake eye that was. Wow. And a kick out there by Blair. Heck, frustrating. Sitting in on the YouTube, the Intercontinental Champion here. Excuse me. My God, my mind's everywhere today. Oh my God. What strength shown by dang on Brooke Danger. I don't know if any woman could take this title off of Brooke Danger. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. What do you got playing here? And slam there, ladies and gentlemen. Going for that pin, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2. Pin kick out here, ladies and gentlemen. And a takedown there by dang on Blair. Heck on the champion now. Wow. And a whip. And a beautiful drop kick, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. Blair, heck, is holding her own against the IC Women Champion here. Wow. We got one more women match. Before we get to the co-main event, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the Men YouTube Championship. And a beautiful elbow. Well, okay, gonna miss that. And here is the pump handle. Slam. Too close to the rope there, but too close to the rope, Blair. You gonna grab the rope? I guess not. Oh shit. Here's some replays from this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Blair. Heck here, wow.
Create and share, help the world become aware that you can do anything that you want to. You can be everything that you want to. I'ma teach how to cook.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got one more women match before we get to the co-main event. Like, yeah, who going? I guess Blair Heck is the #1 contender for the Women IC Championship for Starrcade, ladies and gentlemen. What other women want to step up and try to take that #1 contendership from Blair Heck? Now I want to know, ladies and gentlemen, is there any women back there in the locker room that want to step up, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe it might be these two women here. Who are they? Dakota Kai, former WWE star, or will it be Candy Rain winning this matchup, ladies and gentlemen? This is the last non-title fight before we get to the co-main event and main event for the men YouTube Championship and the women here, ladies and gentlemen. What a show we have in here, ladies and gentlemen. Just after Starrcade last week. Whew. I told you, non-stop action here going on in world-class wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. You can check it on our YouTube channel or here on Twitch here, ladies and gentlemen, every Sunday and Wednesday on our YouTube channel. But ladies and gentlemen, come to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, former WWE star Dakota Kai. Isaiah Mega just walked in and looked at Chris Douglas. This is Isaiah Mega here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what happened to the footage of you and Pierce Perch last week? After Pierce Perch attacked you in the back there, Isaiah Mega. I want to know what happened to that footage. We're trying to decipher what happened back there. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring is Candy Rain. Well, I guess they ain't gonna answer my question. He just pointed at Chris Douglas and told Chris Douglas, I want you as my first defense at Starrcade. And what Chris Douglas do? Spit in Omega face, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. I told Chris Douglas he could sit here and watch the co-main event with me, and now he brings this craziness. I guess I just bring craziness along the way here, ladies and gentlemen, to this announcing of this great show. Understand I was a former wrestler, undefeated here at World Class Wrestling in Deep South Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Won titles, gave them away, let other people win them because nobody could beat me. That's the story of my life, ladies and gentlemen. Then I was told by the owners that we hadn't seen the owners in the last 2 seasons, ladies and gentlemen. The family hadn't been around. Greg Ace and the family hadn't been around for 2, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Pierce Person spit in your face. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you going to do about that, Zay Mega, before you want to have your first offense against Chris Douglas here at Starrcade? Back and forth, these 2 women go here. A roll up by Dakota Kai Cage. Oh, not even 1 count. I know that Pierce Person won't have a match against you there, Isaiah Omega. Can we have that happen next week or the following week? Oh, that why the footage was. I want to see the footage of you messing up Pierce Perch. We're going to decipher that video and show that on Wednesday. Show there Isaiah Omega. Just saying. I got top tech guys here deciphering that video where somebody tried to conceive what really happened between you, Omega, and Pierce Perch in the back at Starrcade. I mean, at Stampede, excuse me, at Stampede last week. Starrcade's coming up next month. Ladies and gentlemen, these women do have a chance to get back in the ring here. Yeah, beautiful springboard hurricane Rana. Oh, what a shooting star by Candy Rain. And what a victory by Candy Rain here tonight. Here's your replay from this great non-title fight here tonight between these 2 women here, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, Candy Rain, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jake from State Farm, ladies and gentlemen. We got all your insurance coverage, ladies and gentlemen. We got your life insurance. We got your car insurance. We got your home insurance, ladies and gentlemen. We hug them all together, ladies and gentlemen. Put them in one policy just for you, ladies and gentlemen. And we are proud sponsor of the Fight Channel here on Twitch TV, ladies and gentlemen, /Rastington for the Deep South Wrestling and World Class Wrestling Show, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get your insurance through us, ladies and gentlemen, from State Farm, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your talker here, ladies and gentlemen, from State Farm. I'm Jake, ladies and gentlemen. Just call me up on 1-800-888-1818 for your hugs, ladies and gentlemen. See you then. And love the Fight Channel, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta thank Steak Farm for sponsoring this show here, ladies and gentlemen. Just been told by Chris Omega while he's sitting here, we're getting ready to get to our co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta take a little bit of time here. I know Will Alpha's getting checked. I heard he is ready to go. Been cleared by medical, kind of, I've been told. Brennenom has been stitched up here, ladies and gentlemen. This co-main event will be happy for the YouTube champion, but Chris Douglas just told Isaiah Omega, we do have history in the indie promotions where we have a double count out and we never get to find out who was a better man in the match. So I accept your challenge. Wow. Look like it'd be Omega versus Chris Douglas at Starrcade, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I believe that would be night 2 here. Yep, let's put that on night 2. Night 2, Chris Douglas. But Omega had not told me what he gonna do with dang on Pierce first. Will they have a match before Starrcade? But ladies and gentlemen, I've been told both of the men are ready to go here. It's co-main event time here. We got Will Alpha on a part-time contract. He's also the head of creative here at World Class Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. First, our YouTube champion that just lost in tag team action here early tonight has been stitched up, ready to go. Gotta thank the local bars for having us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, promoting this great Sunday Nitro here, ladies and gentlemen. But let's head to the arena for this championship match. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nitro co-main event here, ladies and gentlemen. And coming to the ring first, Will Alpha. I guess Will Alpha didn't want no music right now. He's going to concentrate on his match here, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I did get some news from Isaiah Omega. I will talk about right after this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is more important here. This is for the YouTube champion. Here comes the champion right here, Brennenom. And that's the title they're fighting for here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one fall for the YouTube Championship in the co-main event. The challenger, Will Alpha. And our YouTube champion, Brennenom. Will Alpha looking at title, ladies and gentlemen. Is he walking out with this title, or will Brennenom be owning this title, ladies and gentlemen? What a float over DDT by dang on Brennenom on Will Alpha. Man, looked like he lost a step here after his first matchup here. Wow. But how much ring rust since his second matchup out of his retirement will Alpha have? It's true, Will just second match in have not won a title yet. Can he do it here tonight, or is he got too much ring rust, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, at this matchup we got a lot to talk about. Isaiah Mega comment and what Butcher Meyer did to the Death Squad. Wow, I've been told by the promoter from G&W, Will Alpha has returned to the ring to G&W promotion and still haven't won a title. Wow. In my opinion, Will Alpha should have stayed retired. Maybe his time has passed. I'm just saying. Beautiful splash here, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, pin kick out here, ladies and gentlemen. And a beautiful axe out here, ladies and gentlemen. And a stomp to the face. Another stomp to the face. Well, Alpha's kind of groggy there, ladies and gentlemen. Brennenom, got swatted out of the air. Wow. Beautiful springboard drop kick by that Alpha male, Will Alpha there. And a kick to the midsection. It don't look good for Brennenom. Vicious running knee by Will Alpha, but the champion roll away from Brandon Alpha. Oh, don't look good. Oh my God. And a beautiful maneuver there, ladies and gentlemen. A 1, 2, pin kick out here, ladies and gentlemen. And a beautiful moonsault here, ladies and gentlemen. And a beautiful backbreaker. My God, look at Brennenom go here. Wow. One of these men will be facing Chris Douglas for that title for the main event next week, ladies and gentlemen. Kel Knight just came in here, ladies and gentlemen. He's watching the challenger for his Intercontinental Championship for Starcade. And there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, and still a champion. Wow. Here's some replays from our main event here, ladies and gentlemen. And still our YouTube champion, Brennenom.
You could be everything that you want to. I'ma teach how to cook some fondue and blow up on shorts on YouTube, huh? Ain't that crazy? That's what people doing daily. It ain't quick, they ain't lazy. It takes years to get that placement. And this world is fucking crazy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our main event here, ladies and gentlemen, Tell Night just told me I'm going to try and wake Will Alpha up at Starcade and get that killer instinct out of Will Alpha. I mean, 2 matches for Will Alpha, 0 wins. 0 wins, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I think he just needs to stay retired. Don't try to wrestle no more. I think his time has passed, ladies and gentlemen. That's my opinion. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to what I was talking about before this match, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Omega just told me, ladies and gentlemen, Pierce Perch, you want to fight me. Well, I'm not the guy that will fight for free. If you lose instead of going for the world title at Starcade, it will be me as the #1 contender. But if you win, I will not go for the world title until the middle of September. Wow. Wow. Hopefully we get a reply next week from Pierce Perch, and hopefully we can schedule that 2 Sundays from now, ladies and gentlemen. And I just been told Brandon Alpha just got dragged out of the arena by Butch Meyer. He was thrown into a trash can and with the rest of the Death Squad member and pushed out of the arena by Butch Myers. Wow. Wow. What an exciting show this is. The Sunday after our big pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. Got one more big pay-per-view left for WWE 2K25. What kind of build-up we're going to have going forward, ladies and gentlemen. Look like we've been getting some good build-up going so far this Sunday. Make sure you tune in for Wednesday Night Thunder on our YouTube channel at 6 p.m. each time. If you miss any part of this show, ladies and gentlemen, this will be on our YouTube channel at 6 p.m. this Sunday. But it is a main event time. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's Dan P logo, but we'll show you the new music and logo for Starcade, ladies and gentlemen, next week.
I am nothing unless I believe. Only its change can begin with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's one fall for the main event here at World Class Wrestling Sunday Nitro for the Women YouTube Championship. And coming to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, a former WWE star, Cora Jade. And here come the double champ. She is one half of the World Class Wrestling Women Tag Team Champion. And our Women YouTube Champion, Tammy Thunder.
Possess all your dreams. A demon plays on the lead. You better watch out for me. Mistakes were made, you will see. You should've never crossed me, 'cause now you'll never stop me. Revenge was my calling. Now you're a dead man walking. And your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. We're all alone, you're on your own. Two enemies go.
And this is the title time for the Women YouTube Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger here, Cora, Jade here, ladies and gentlemen. And the champion, Tammy Thunder. Main event time, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready? Got some breaking news we'll tell you right after this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Poor Jay all over the champion right now. Wow. What a kick out there by Cora J here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, elbow drop here, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, referee, watch out. Missed that cartwheel, ladies and gentlemen. Cora J moved out of the way there. Wow. Back and forth they go here, ladies and gentlemen. Cora J all over the champion here. Just stepping on her face. Beautiful senton there. On one. And kick out. Elbow coming in here, ladies and gentlemen. Elbow coming in here. Elbow coming in. Wow. What you got playing here, ladies and gentlemen? Don't look good here. Beautiful drop kick here, ladies and gentlemen. What a takedown there by Cora J on the champion here. Wow. And a beautiful missile drop kick there by Cora. That's right, fans. Shows the sign. The best are here, ladies and gentlemen. Whoop, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. Oh, referee get in the way again. Wow. Wow. Whoop. Over. Under. Over to whatever it was. Hip toss. Cartwheel drop kick by the champion. Oh, don't look good, ladies and gentlemen. She looked like she got Tammy faded. Or Jade might be knocked out. It might be time for Tammy Thunder to get the victory here to end out the show here, ladies and gentlemen. Or Jade's not even moving. Dragging her, ladies and gentlemen, dragging her along here. Uh-oh. This don't look good, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful missile drop kick there. Oh my God. Back in the ring they go here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, don't look good for the champion there. 1, 2. So close, but yet so far away, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Kicked in the midsection here, ladies and gentlemen. They do have a 10 count to get back in the ring here. Up to 2 count here. What is Tammy Thunder thinking here? Poor Jade back to her feet. Staring each other down. Wow. Poor Jade told Tammy Thunder, come on, but we're up to a 6 count. Referee trying to tell Tammy Thunder to get back in the ring here. No way. No way. Here's some replays from this main event here, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, and not the YouTube champion, Cora Jade, win by countout, ladies and gentlemen.
get shot and I get fatter. But that don't get me nowhere, that gets you to give up. So I stay strong and do my thing, I never let up. If I get knocked down, best believe that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some breaking news before we leave here today, ladies and gentlemen. I heard Sam Brandt in the back, ladies and gentlemen, talking to himself, ladies and gentlemen. They get to what Stan Bram say here, ladies and gentlemen. I fell getting my title back from Brandon Alpha. Now what I can go for now is A Omega. I want that United States Championship on Wednesday. I want to prove I didn't fall off. And you said to people, step up, because by the time Starrcade happens, you will be facing Chris Douglas. So how about this? If I win the title, I go face Chris Douglas, so you can focus on Pierce Perch. But if you win, you can get to face Chris Douglas. Whoever is United States Champion face Chris Douglas at Starrcade. Well, you know, Stan Bram, I always say I want to make history. How about first time ever at Wednesday Night Thunder? It'd be Isaiah Omega versus Stan Bram for my title. I like that idea. I'm creative team leader here. Shit, I couldn't get a win. But you two want to have a match at Wednesday Night Thunder for United States Championship? I've seen Thunder. It doesn't get many views as Nitro. So you know what, Stan Bram versus A Omega. Yeah, we do the World Class Wrestling United States Championship for the first time ever. A title on the line at Wednesday Night Thunder. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from our top creative team here, ladies and gentlemen, that Will Alba said we will have our first title match. That will be the main event for the United States Championship. A lot on the line there. Well, why are you holding your head down? What, Will? This is what Will just told me, ladies and gentlemen. If Brandon Alpha didn't super kick me, I would probably win the match. But I didn't. Do you love what I did for the main event for Wednesday Night Thunder? I love it. My first title on Wednesday Night Thunder? Wow. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I've been told that that next Sunday, it will be a rematch between Cora, Jade, Tammy, Thunder for that YouTube Championship Fall Count Anywhere. Whoever win that matchup the following week will face Death Sinister. Wow, a new member for the Death Squad, a female this time. Wow. We see a debut in 2 weeks for women here, ladies and gentlemen, heading into Starrcade. Wow. But ladies and gentlemen, if you missed any part of the show here today, make sure you tune in today on our YouTube channel, description below here, ladies and gentlemen, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Everything will be timestamped. You can catch it all week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Wednesday Night Thunder is also on our Fight Channel YouTube channel at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, ladies and gentlemen. We see you on the next one. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.